need like an intro? We're doing an intro or anything? Or?
Yeah. I'll have you do the intro.
Okay. Just give me like a little countdown. Some shit.
Awesome. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's up, guys? It's your man Big Lonn 412 and my guy Brock Schaefer. This is the first episode of the High Rollerz podcast. Tune in.
How are you guys doing? We're about to go over some controversial topics here in both the weed and jiu-jitsu world. We will have guests on the show from time to time, but most importantly, we're going to have a good time. So today we're going to go over 5 topics. Topic number 1 being performance enhancers in jiu-jitsu / testosterone replacement therapy. Is there a difference? Do we like it in jiu-jitsu? What is our opinion? And should all these old guys be on TRT and still competing as such? We've had some speculation from guys that are close to us, wanted us to talk about this. So here we are. I'll have you kick it off, Lonn. What do you think?
Honestly, I don't care. I actually don't care. Like, I'm like, so like when I do compete, I'm in the ultra heavy division and shit like that. So it's a bunch of strong ass dudes, and honestly, they get to a point where it's just hard to tell sometimes. Like, Jesus Christ, man. But yeah, as far as like in that like the masters divisions or executive divisions and all that shit like that, like I don't care, man. Like if you're not, I guess my whole thing with it, as long as it's not MMA, as long as you're not, you know what I mean, fist to the brain or even maybe combat jiu-jitsu, you know what I mean, test for it there. Like anytime there's fucking impact to the skull or anything from like a blow, a kick, or a knee, a punch, you know what I mean, just fucking striking impact, then I believe that's when the performance enhances. Like, grappling though, I'm like, I don't really care too much because I feel sometimes like somebody can be strong as hell grappling and all that shit, and you can still out technique them, or you know what I mean. You might have a game plan to beat the juiced up guy or whatever, or you might just still be better. Steroids don't just make you, all right, this guy's on steroids, now he's undefeated. It's like, yeah, you still got to like be kind of good with the steroids. You know what I mean? The steroids ain't fucking the goddamn senzu. No, steroids are basically, if y'all watch Dragon Ball, a steroid is basically like a senzu thing. You get that motherfucker, you ready to go again. Boom, 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 you know what I mean? But it's not a fucking, it's not a technique enhancer or some shit like that. You're not like, I took a steroid, now I'm a black belt.
Right.
So,
there's some technique. Yeah. There's some like actual technique that goes into taking the steroid itself and work ethic and whatnot. And kind of the way I look at it is, look what happened when they took steroids out of baseball. You know, baseball has never recovered since. I always enjoy, you know, faster, stronger, better performing guys. In my opinion, I don't really mind it, especially when you look at the fact of everybody else is doing it. And then you kind of get into the gray area of individual like Mika Galvo, who has recently got popped for his clomid use, which is a drug used only for like therapy afterwards. You know, and then you got, on the other hand, his dad's posting lab results going back 6 months to 2 years about this kid's testosterone levels and whatnot. So I just kind of wanted to get your opinion on that for, you know, it's medical use, and you have this 19-year-old kid who's getting popped for it and having his team / dad come out and, you know, say, hey, this is a medical condition that he has and he needs it for medical purposes. What do you think should there be any punishment, or what's your opinion?
I'm not gonna lie, if it's like legit documentation, there's receipts and shit that is medical, like for medical, I just don't care. Like, cause like, you know, I've dealt with a lot of family members, like a couple friends also who had cancer, and a lot of their cancer treatment would be some steroids of some sort, trying to help them, like, you know what I'm saying, get shit going and things like that. So I understand it a lot from a medical standpoint. It does have a fucking great usage and shit. Should I get my grandma some? Like, you know what I mean? She's elderly, so she ain't like fucking Grams walking around thinking, yeah, fucking Grams out here slinging kegs. Like, no, nothing like that. But she's, you know what I mean? She has purposes she uses it for. And I know a lot of it helps. I think it helps out with the lungs for a lot of things too, like recovering, lung recovery. Don't get me, I'm not no fucking medical modern day journal or nothing. So don't quote me on none of my medical shit. I'm saying, this is all coming from like street ebonics, like barbershop knowledge, which is just like speculation. You know what I'm saying? Look at Brock. Brock's trying to do the eyes like I'm on a podcast. Everybody be quiet. Everybody be quiet. I'm recording.
Yeah, exactly. Those are the eyes I'm giving right now. Like, hush, I'm in the middle of something. I'm about to ruin this recording.
You're like that dude in Vegas with the tape face.
Yeah. Good thing we didn't cut this out. Thank you.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm a huge like not carer and steroid uses as long as there's no physical fucking, you know what I mean? Fist to the face. Even in baseball. I don't care about it in baseball. Oh, he can throw the ball a little further. Okay. He can hit the ball a little harder. Okay. He can run a little faster. That's cool with me. None of those people are hitting another person. Football, I understand. Your body's going into another person. Like, that's completely understandable. Basketball, I can understand a little. Like, I can understand the basketball. Fucking running, jumping, dunking on a motherfucker. Like, could you imagine? Imagine primetime Shaq full of juice, bro. Full of like the good juice. Yeah. Like the Hollywood good fucking, I'm 90, but I look 50-year-old juice. Like, imagine Shaq full of that. Bro, the NBA would like what do you do with that?
That's also an interesting theory, because you look at like guys like LeBron James, who's been accused of using, some type of
man, that's good. That's good nigga DNA. That's all that is.
Yeah.
That's that real nigga DNA from the Midwest, man. That motherfucker ain't on no goddamn steroid. He the only nigga who did steroids and got smaller.
Yeah. That doesn't make sense to me. The only way I'd see it like he takes care of himself. That's a prime example of taking care of yourself using modern medicine and what we have available to us these days to be able to maintain that high level performance. And, I think utilizing that in combat sports with such high, output, and even to be the devil's advocate of combat sports and like actual, punching, kicking, and whatnot with steroid use, there's been studies that show it does help your chin. It helps, with the, stabilization muscles that prevent brain injuries and whatnot. So there is kind of a safety factor to that as well. Even if we're not talking the full anabolic sense of being able to just knock somebody's head off, but there's still, I feel like, especially if you SADA, and it's kind of, we're getting to a tipping point where they need to either let up a little bit or be more clear with their demands and whatnot, especially with controversies we're seeing with Volkanovski and Islam with the IV thing. So the line's getting so thin with how advanced we're getting of technology and how much money is actually coming into the sport, since we also got to consider this is a very new sport still compared to basketball, baseball.
Well, whatnot. Like, I feel like shit like that. So say like the IV thing. Is that hurting the performance that day? You know what I mean? The show or whatever thing? Or is it helping? Is everybody back looking good, feeling good, eyes wide and all that? Fucking help it. Well, let them boys IV up. Let them IV. Yeah. Fuck it. Like, let them IV. It ain't no juice, it ain't no steroid shit. It's a medical fucking IV given by a physician, a licensed physician. Like, let them do it if it's going to help improve everything. And nobody's like, it's not giving one person a fucking 98% advantage over the other person. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, what are y'all doing? We both getting hydrated. So, oh shit, y'all both about to look good, huh? Y'all both about to have a little extra on you. Exactly. Do it. Like, do it. Like I said, my only thing, like, as far as the steroids, was like, boxing, fucking kickboxing, anything where like football, even hockey, because of the body checks and shit like that. Like when the body's going to the other body, like then I know that shit has it plays a part then. But grappling, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like there's ways around. Like, all right, this motherfucker might be strong. He's going to double leg me. All right, let's see him go for this double leg. Pull guard. You know what I mean? It's like it's even if there is a strength, you're supposed to train to the point that, all right, that's his strength, so I need to counter that with this and turn the strength into a weakness and shit like that. That's what, you know what I mean? Like, in my mind, that's what jiu-jitsu is all about. Just figuring out the puzzle and the where the pieces go on the board. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, this motherfucker is dope as hell right here. I got nothing for him right here, but I know we're even, or I might be a little bit better than him from this position, or this fucking like I don't know. You just, you know what I'm saying? Like you kind of you kind of know, like, all right, and then you got situations with like Gordon. It's like, I'm going out.
Yeah, which is like that's a perfect lead into our next topic, which is
so look, even before we even go straight into that, kind of leading into that again from the steroid thing, and the performance. Let's say this: brand new guy, good wrestler. We'll say like a 2-year wrestler in college, real good. I mean, decent wrestler, not even fucking great and all this. All the steroids he could take. What do you think he could do against, like, if Bo Nichols just came out of Walmart?
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
Nothing. Yeah. No, nothing.
It's like, all right, you got steroids, but he got him. Like, not the knowledge and all that shit like that.
The timing.
Fucking, all that shit. There's black belts. There's been black belts for 88 years. There's black belts with black belts for 1 year. Line them all up. We've seen them from tournaments. You put them in there with Gordon. They could be on all the steroids or whatever. Fucking, it don't matter how old school or whatever. Like, it's been the same outcome.
Yep.
So it's like, shit don't matter.
Yep. It's especially with such a sport that's a chess game, adding different elements, throwing things at you, being able to apply your techniques and apply the things that you learn regardless of the circumstances. That's part of the joy of the sport and kind of what makes some of the best stories, like Gary Tonin versus Rollerz. During, I think it was Polaris 3 is when Gary took him on, and this guy was breaking legs left and right and obviously juiced to the gills, and Gary came out there and beat him. That's when he brought John Danaher's leg game to prominence, taking on challenges like that. So
shout out to John Danaher, Gary Tonin, Gordon, Nikki. Even though I don't think everybody getting along, shout out to Nikki Rod, J Rod, Ethan. You know what I mean? The whole Def Squad. Greg. Oh, shout out Big Dan.
Yep, Big Dan.
Shout out Big Dan. Big Dan. What's that? New Wave, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
yep.
Shout out the B team and New Wave. Shout out to all the whole. They said we still good. I don't know what they got going on, but me, High Rollers, you know what I mean, Breeze, we still good with everybody. So shout out to all y'all. What's up? You know what I mean?
But yeah, that kind of leads us into our next topic, which is, Gordon has been such a front leader in the jiu-jitsu world since he took ADCC by storm back in, 2017? And so who do you think's the closest to beat him? Like, who's going to be next? Who's going to beat Gordon? Who's going to be the one to do it?
I think it depends on if Gordon feel like getting beat. I ain't gonna lie, man, because I ain't really seen nothing to where somebody's like, all right, he's next. I mean, of course, the way it's looking right now is like Nikki's the front runner. You know what I'm saying? To really take him on and like really give him a challenge or whatever. But that's based on like what we're saying. You know what I'm saying? The past couple of times they didn't squared up against each other, but because there was the one, what was that 80 cc's where he got in there? It wasn't like really a, you know what I mean? It was a pretty fast match.
It
You know
seemed like he got scared of the leg game. Like he seemed like he didn't really want to play in that area too much or take any chances, opposed to
it just
the
looked like
UFC
me, that
invitation.
motherfucker. Like he knew where he was at. God damn it, he got me.
Yep.
Like I've been through this. I know where my leg is right now. So you know what I'm saying? Boom. And then the next one, it just seemed like, all right. It kind of seemed like everything went out the window that time. Like the whole like whether it's friendship, brotherhood, respect, whatever you want to call it, was like we're competing. Like you know what I'm saying? It's not like, yo, that's my homie or this guy helped me. You know what I mean? Help me reach to where I am now, whether it's training or just being a part of the team, and you know what I mean, being a part of that damn name. Because remember, like shit, when you said Def Squad, it was like the cool motherfuckers walking in the high school gym to go to Def Squad. Oh shit. Like,
yep.
You know what I'm saying? When they came in, it definitely was a presence and all that shit, like with the name. So it's like you got he seemed like he put all that to the side and was like, all right, it's just me and you. And I'm pretty sure from training he knew like what positions he could get to or whatever, but everybody fucking advances and level ups too. So who knows? Motherfucker might have just leveled up, had some new shit, came out here like, you know what, fuck it. All the friendships out the window. I'm just going for this shit. Cause did he break his leg or his ankle or?
Yeah, I was there live actually, and there was a loud pop. So I don't know if that was a tendon or something. So it looked pretty swollen afterwards, and he didn't look like he was walking on it too well, but it didn't look like physically broken. But then you got
did he
something
compete after that?
No, that was the only one. I don't think he's competed since.
Okay, when was the match with Pena? That was before, right?
Yeah, that was before. But he was supposed to have his the one of who's number one of Pena, but he dropped out due to the stomach issues, and Nicky Rod came in.
Nicky Rod, Nicky Rod got robbed.
Yep.
Nicky Rod,
yep.
I'm saying that right now. Nicky Rod got robbed, man.
Yep.
He got robbed on that one. Definitely got robbed.
See, a name I'd like to bring in to competition with Gordon here is Mason Fowler. I've seen this guy compete a lot recently, and especially winning the UFC Invitational, same event that Gordon and Nicky had their duel at. He seemed significantly further ahead of the pack than anybody else I've seen, and he had guys in there like, Luke and Oliver Taza, new wave guys that would give him similar threats to. I was kind of going in there as a favorite. I had Oliver picked to win that entire thing. And Mason really impressed me. So he's kind of one of the guys that I think has the potential to take Gordon off the throne, or at least get one on him.
Well, I mean, you know what I mean? That's what you think. You know what I mean? You think that. I'm gonna let I was just playing. But no, it's just really I just need to see. I got to see guys in there with Gordon. Like, I'm not gonna say who's close or whatever because he fucking beat everybody. Like everybody he's came up against, he beat him. If he lost against him, well, except did he ever get Vinny again? Did they ever do another one?
No, they're supposed to, but Vinny. So he was supposed to face Vinny when they faced Nicky Rod at the UFC Invitational. The Vinny cut too much weight. Yep. Okay, the Vinny had a bad weight cut or something. Ended up having to go to the hospital or something, and dropped out. And Nicky Rod stepped in because Nicky Rod was in the original bracket. Whatnot.
Got you. Oh yeah. All right. I remember now. Now. So, there's still that one right there that, you know what I mean, he got avenged. And I do believe he's going to avenge it really fast. Like, I think he's going to go with something to prove and just prove him either really fast or take the match to a point where you're like, God damn, he could have stopped this a while ago if he wanted to. Like, where you can clearly kind of see it. You know, when you go to smother people, he's just taking his time trying to figure out the angle to get the smother and shit like that. So, yeah, man, that shit sucks. Just imagine, you know what I mean? When you going up against somebody and they're so good that they're just like, all right, I'm going to do this. God damn it ain't working. stay here. I'm gonna try it again. I'm like, get the fuck off me.
That's a whole definition of helplessness right there.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. What? Yeah, man, Gordon. I don't. Honestly, you know what I would like to see, just to bring way more excitement and kind of like a new energy into jiu-jitsu again, is Gordon really stepping into the gi and coming over to the gi world and doing like some gi toward like really going into the gi, because like the way he is in jiu-jitsu and shit, like I feel like if he does if he really dives in the gi, like the gi tournaments and all the gi shit will, you know what I mean, jump back up again. Just as far as like motherfucker feeling like, all right, I know I'm nice in the gi, I'm gonna fuck him up over here, like, you know what I mean? But
yep.
let him quietly go away, do his thing on the low, come back in, nobody know, because he's what the one homie's with him all the time, right? Nicholas.
Yeah, see, Nicholas made a huge statement with his performances at Pans in the gi this past month. And I think if Gordon's going to get beat by somebody other than, I mentioned Mason has potential to do it, I think a gi match with Nicholas and Gordon would be phenomenal. But I think Nicholas has real potential to beat Gordon in a gi match, because Nicholas is a phenom for sure with in the gi, and what he's been able to do moving over to no gi with his footwork and everything. I'd like to see him and Gordon go at it in the gi, even if they're teammates.
So not even on like no shit talkers, like way of saying this, and they say like, well, hard work beats talent. The whole when talent don't work hard, hard work beats talent type of shit. So not like he don't work hard and it's just talent or whatever, but Gordon's like superpower is that motherfucker learns. Like he learns, like, and not like to say like, so like say if that match happened, he went off, Nicholas went over there to get ready. Like I really believe if you put Gordon with go ahead and leave Gordon on Hodger. You know what I mean? Let him get with Hodger and Henzo with Danaher's man pointing shit out and all that. Like, I'm pretty sure that boy will come back with some hot shit. You know what I'm saying? To the point you're like, oh, this motherfucker is like, you know what I mean? Like he's a learner. Like he's definitely a real learner. So I think if you give him time, giving him the target, the date, and the who, I feel like it wouldn't be the same as no gi, but I feel like it'd definitely be the same outcome. Like he would win. Just it'd be a match. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a match, but he will pull it off. I believe. Because he's a big, strong motherfucker too.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the thing. See, he's good and he's big and strong. But my bad, go ahead.
No, I'd something I'd really like to see, because I think especially in gi, it very much equalizes strength distribution. What you're able to do, like it's a whole nother game. I hadn't put on a gi in about 3 or 4 months, and I put it back on recently, and it's a whole nother game. It's and those are it's way different wrestling than pajamas. Yeah.
I'm a gi guy. I love the gi. 100%. That's my shit. Like I know, like we do mostly no gi matches at high rollers and shit like that, but I love the gi. We're gonna do another gi tournament.
Yeah, we do have one coming up.
Tournament. Yes. But yeah, I love the gi. You can do some slick shit to look cool and all. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I seen this video of Mika Galvo in the gi pretty recently, and his passing's phenomenal. Like that kid's phenomenal. I'd love to see a rematch of him and Rudotolo again in the gi.
I want to see Nicky Rod in the gi.
Yeah, that would be it.
I want to see Nicky Rod in the gi, man. He was like, what the fuck is this shit, man? Y'all want to see Nicky Rod in the gi. Let's see. Who else?
Hey, I don't know. Craig? I'd love to see. What about Craig? I haven't seen Craig in the gi.
Craig like he's good. Craig like he's good in the gi already. Like something about Craig's face just says,
"Yo, of course,
this." I want to see Renee Sousa in the gi, and Ned Sosa with him in the gi.
Hey, you know what's something that I saw a week ago that I thought I'd never see in my life was Jordan Worth in a gi.
Oh, Jordan wears no gi was in the gi.
Yeah, I was like, what is this contradiction?
That's pretty cool. Matter of fact, while we got the time, I'm thinking about it. Shout out to Jordan Worth. Shout out to Andy Varela, our champion. Shout out to Valerie Wong Hamilton, the fucking mini goat. She's a little lamb chop, man, motherfucker, boy, for real. Shout out to all the high roller people, man. Yeah, now back to the shit talk.
Hey, can't forget about Tara Lewis either.
Can't forget about Tara Lewis. Can't forget about Tara Lewis. And actually, you know who's one of our gi champions? Not ex gi champion, still the gi champion. Shout out to Amanda Levy. Amanda Levy. She's a beast. I think she's over PFL doing her thing right now.
That's awesome. Yeah, I got to go to a PFL event pretty recently. Got to see Bubba Jenkins do his thing. We need to get him on one of our shows here pretty soon.
Oh yeah, shout out to Bubba.
Love
a lot of
Bubba.
Special guests stopping there. A lot of special guests stopping there. A lot of people like, where the fuck you find them at?
So we're actually starting to run low on some time. So we'll save some topics for our next show. But we do have some events coming up I think we should talk about.
Yes. So we got what do we got coming up? We have Arizona coming up May 28th.
May 28th, Memorial Day weekend.
Memorial Day
got
weekend,
a cannabis,
Arizona.
Got a cannabis hotel.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Green rooms, literally.
Yeah.
The green rooms. And then after that, June 17th, we'll be in Washington, D.C., courtesy of Bomb.
Fucking up the Capitol.
Yeah, you already know. Right after that, we're at July
15th in
San Diego.
San Diego.
July,
yep.
San Diego. What's after July? Shit. Boston.
Yeah, we got Boston coming up in September.
We got Boston in September.
And we got some that we got some coming up as well.
Shit.
Yeah.
We got some special shit coming up. So
we can't talk about that yet.
Yeah. So we got a lot of things coming up beyond. Like I said, it's the first episode. So sort of shotgun looking, you know what I'm saying? But we'll level up from here. Definitely appreciate everybody and shit like that. What else we talking about though, Brock? I know we had like one more, but
yeah, we have one more topic that we'll do it quick. So, what recreational forms of mind altering is good for jiu-jitsu? We all know weed is, but something that I have seen come to prominence is microdosing, mushroom use. Your thoughts, Lonn?
Actually, I've never done shrooms in jiu-jitsu, so I can't personally speak on that one yet.
I'm gonna come out and film, and we're gonna do a Lonn and jiu-jitsu meet shrooms episode.
Yeah, we might try that shit.
Let us know in the comments if you want to see that. I'd love to make that happen.
I'm definitely down. We'll do it at like 2 a.m. at the gym with all the crazy lights and shit. Fuck no. I ain't doing that. I'll do it with shrimp though. We can test it out, see what's up.
Sounds good. We'll get some reviews going.
Hell yeah. But yeah, I don't know. But me, I'm like, as long as it ain't nothing that's gonna have you trying to bite or eat somebody and you can like fully function and do jiu-jitsu and not fucking, I don't know, zombie out and hurt the other person, and you let me know what y'all like to do. You know what I mean? Like, right now I'm just bleeding water. That's my thing.
Hey, whatever helps you get through the day, whatever helps you get those techniques down better or see the patterns and the moves or whatever helps. So we're all for it.
I'm actually like a Joe Rogan type for that though. Like if I'm going to class, like it's advanced class, intermediate class, or fundamental. I still go to fundamentals. Fuck that shit. I go to every class still. Then now I probably won't smoke before. Like not before like the techniques and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take all that shit in, and then once it's like open mat or whatever, yeah, I'll come in, rocked, ready.
See,
calculated.
I'm the kind of
precise. I'm gonna come in like a little fucking monster.
I'm the kind of guy that takes one to the head every time before, regardless of if I'm learning or competing, because it has its uses for every aspect in my. If I'm competing, brings down anxiety. If I'm trying to learn, it puts me in a learning headspace, so to say. Separates me from the stress of the day even more than what the jiu-jitsu is already about to.
Well, man, whatever floats your boat, man. But I'll fuck you up regardless of what you do.
Hey, next week we're going to talk about old head versus new head culture in jiu-jitsu and weed. So I think this will be a good thing to bring into it. Maybe we'll bring on one of our old heads, Kevin, on here to talk about it too, offer his perspective.
That's perfect. I'll have one of my weed buddies with me, and we'll really dive into that shit.
Awesome. Sounds good, guys. Well, we really appreciate you coming on for our first episode. Stick with us. We're going to be making improvements with all aspects of it. And yeah, thank you guys again.
Peace, everybody. Smoke, train, repeat. Don't forget, get your Lonn wick. 100% natural hemp wick. Don't use that butane. Protect your shit. Papers.